Life. Today we'll be playing Nekopara. I just got this game today. I also got the other two volumes, and although I've actually beaten the first one on my computer, it was a long time ago, pretty much when it first came out in 2018. So I can't really remember the storyline behind it too well. All I remember is these two on the screen here. And the main ones, not the chibi ones too much. And that's Chocula and they seem to keep going into the thing here. But yeah, so you've got a little bit of a intro there. That's them when they're little kittens. My kind of cats. I'm normally not a cat person at all. I'm a dog person, but I'll definitely take those cats any day of the week. Apparently they're actually making another anime OVA of Nekopara. They already had one, but from the sounds of it, they are making another one. So I'm actually looking really forward to that. The first one was good. Went off the Volume 1, I believe. And I'm thinking, if I remember right, that the new OVA is going off the other chapters. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen that that trailer. Actually, I can't even remember where I saw it, but it was floating around. I could find it again if I searched around. But anyway, let's get into this because I don't have a lot of time. It's almost midnight where I'm at, so I might as well get at least some gameplay in here.
Nekopara Volume 1 スタートです。
ありがとうございました。では失礼します。
So for those who don't know Nekopara, it's a visual novel, so there's not going to be a lot of action or anything. It's reading. So if you don't like reading and all that, then this probably isn't going to be the video for you. So yeah, I'll just be reading off the screen a lot of the time. So we're Kasho in this. So it says, phew. This should be the most of the boxes then. I love how it says circle and you had to press X. Alrighty then. I wiped the sweat off my forehead with my arm as the moving trucks disappeared from view. Although it was early April and only the beginning of spring, today's weather was quite nice. It was even a bit hot. Wish I could say the same here. It's fucking cold. Well, it's a good day for a new start. I turned my head to look at the empty bakery, which didn't even have any signage yet. Brand new exterior wall had a western look with a predominantly white and brown motif. Yeah, I can see that. There was a large window which let lots of sunlight in. Finally, was the words that displayed the name of the bakery, La Soleil. Instead of the proper French article Le, it was La Soleil, meaning the sun. This was a nod towards the name of the shop of someone I admired. Now that I'm on my own, I'll have to do my best, softly murmured to myself. From here on out, no one would tell me what to do. Good luck with that, buddy. That's what we all say. I was going to start completely new, despite the stature of my family's name and everything that's happened up till now. I alone would decide my path and take responsibility for what I do. Again, that's what we all say. And then look how that turns out. In exchange for that freedom, I can't blame anyone else for what happens. Still, although I was a bit worried, the thought of what lay ahead made me break into a smile. Alright. In any case, I better get all these things cleaned up. Took a deep breath and got my spirits back up. And I stepped into the new smelling bakery. What's with this big box? In front of me was a large box I didn't recognize. In fact, there were two of them. Fragile, delicate. Absolutely this side up. Thrown, your company will be in trouble. The warnings were going overboard. They were getting quite annoying. Even if these are baking supplies, I don't remember buying anything quite like this. First of all, they were boxes that looked like they came from a house. If they were for the bakery, there's no way I wouldn't remember buying them. There were no tags from the moving company either. All there were those warning labels. Well, I'll know for sure once they open the... Huh? Oh, it's just a cow. Huh. Just a troublesome cat. Jeez.
よかった。ごまかせたみたい。危ない危ない。気をつけないと。
Like that would fool me. What are you doing, Chocola?
その
By the way, Chocola
お久
best
しぶ
girl.
りですね。ご主人様。
Like we just saw each other at home yesterday, you know.
まあ、それはそうなんですけど。あ、それよりちょっと聞いてください。引っ越し業者の人たちひどいんですよ。ショコラのこと運ぶときにですね、この段ボール重いから気をつけろよとか言って、思わずふしゃーって泣きそうになっちゃいました。ふしゃーって。一生懸命に我慢しましたけど、ショコラはプンプンですよ。プンプン。
Well, compared to the rest of my things, you are heavy. She ignored what I said. Chocolate puffed out her cheeks. You could say that she was always happy-go-lucky. Or rather, she preoccupied herself with only what was in front of her. So, kinda stupid. Well, I guess that was how you'd describe Chocolate. I was getting ready to move, and I did wonder why I didn't see you.
ペクチ。
Hey.
お久しぶり、ご主人。引っ越し業者のトラックの中が埃っぽくて、鼻がムズムズ辛かった。
Why is Vanilla here too?
ショコラがいるところ。それは私がいるところだから。
Yeah, Vanilla's the emotionless one.
それに、猫は狭いところは嫌いじゃない。
That depends on the cat.
あと私も、こっちの段ボールも重いから気をつけろよとか言われた。だから私もおこ、ふんふか。
Again? Huh. In any case, Chocolate, Vanilla, get out of there. I was at my wit's end with the large boxes that had suddenly shown up. Anyhow, Chocolate and Vanilla got out of their boxes. Why is no one picking up the phone? Just what is Shigure doing? I hung up after trying to call my little sister. There was no way that Chocolate and Vanilla could have gotten mixed in with the rest of the boxes in the first place. On the outside, cat girls look almost like humans. They can understand words and talk just like us. But more than humans, cat girls were closer to normal cats. After all, cat girls had ears and tails just like cats do. They were genetically modified humanoid cats that were commonly referred to as cat girls. These days, cat girls fit into society, as pets in families or partners to humans. My little sister really loves to dote on cat girls, so our family has 6, including Chocolate and Vanilla. They wouldn't have been able to contact the moving company anyway. It would have been impossible for them to seal the boxes themselves either. There's no way my parents would have helped with this either. Thus, I could only guess that this was somehow Shigure's doing. I see. So Shigure was an accomplice then. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
すごく綺麗なお家ですにゃ。
That's what I kind of like about this game. It's rare in the fact that it's actually animated.
新しいお布団とか家具の匂いとか好きですにゃ。思ってたより広い。ご主人の解消バッチリ。バニラ、あっち、 の部屋行ってみよう。探検。位置的におそらく寝室。きっとご主人の新しいベッドがあるはず。いやー、それは聞き逃せないね。もふもふしに行こう。もふもふ。もふもふ了解。私もそれはいいと思う。そうと決まればレッツゴー。
Sound like Mario when you said that. Don't get out of control and hurt yourselves!
はーい。
Without any ill intention, the two cat girls were off and running. Well, the bakery did have living quarters on the second floor, so I wasn't worried about them causing a ruckus around here. Of course, they aren't young cat girls anymore either, so I shouldn't have to worry about them getting out of control too much. Well, besides that, I looked up an entry in my phone's address book. Minaduki residence. Well, I already left Shigure a message, so she should call me back later. Without pressing the call button, I put my cell phone back in my pocket. I moved out without saying anything, so for her to call me back within the day seemed a bit stupid. Well, it wasn't really an issue I needed to bring up right at this moment. I should hear from Shigure soon anyhow.
ご主人様のお布団、もふもふ完了であります。
That was fast.
新しいお布団、すごくふかふか。合格点。
Good work, you two. Gosh, both of you have major bedhead. Sheesh.
ご主人様のなでなで大好き。苦しゅうない。もっと。
I tidied up their hair with a comb. Their soft hair felt nice as always. I lightly bonked them on the head while they had their eyes closed. Now then, why were the two of you hiding among my moving boxes?
ご主人様が連れてってくれないって言うから仕方なく。ショコラが行くって言うから無理で。
You had no choice? Just tagged along. You too. Well, I figured that had to be the reason, but... Anyhow, I recomposed myself and looked at the two of them again. Listen up, okay? How many times have I told you, this isn't a vacation or a picnic? I moved out because I had no intention of going back there. If you were home, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. Shigure and the other cat girls are there too. It would be better if you two just...
違うんです。これはそのお腹が反抗期なだけなんです。だから違うんです。本当に。朝早かったせいで朝ごはん食べ損なったから仕方ない。それにショコラはお腹の音も可愛い。
While listening to those silly excuses, I glanced at the clock and saw it was already past 1 o'clock. Now that I thought about it, I haven't eaten anything since this morning either. Well, why don't we have lunch first then?
わーい、ご飯。ご主人様大好き。さすがご主人は話がわかる。かたじけない。
These two were as annoying or as easygoing as always.
Nekopara。お買い物、お買い物。ご主人様とお買い物。にゃー。最近はご主人が全然お買い物連れて行ってくれなかったから、ショコラのテンションが青天井。にゃー。バニラだって実はウキウキしてるくせに。ほーら、ほっぺふにふにしちゃうぞ。ショコラくすぐった。にゃにゃん。
Eerie vibes are strong indeed. You'll bother those around us, so try not to get too carried away, you two. Since the refrigerator was empty, we headed to the nearby shopping district to buy groceries. From the brand name clothing stores to supermarkets, there was an array of stores. There was even a drugstore with daily necessities among them. If you come here, we have just about everything. That was how the real estate agent had recommended this place to me. Wait, don't you two go shopping with Shigure often?
しぐれちゃんとご主人様じゃ全然違うんです。ご主人は本当、ご主人たる自覚がなくて困る。ショコラが不憫。
Hey, first of all, Shigure is your master.
しぐれちゃんもご主人様だけど、しぐれちゃんはしぐれちゃんなんです。だからご主人様はご主人様なんです。全然違うでしょ？ね。理屈になってないけど、熱意は伝わる。さすがはショコラ。パチパチパチ。
Yeah, Chocolate really is retarded, but I love her. Never mind then. Anyhow, keep it down inside the store, okay? I parted them from the two of them. I decided to hurry up and hurry on ahead.
ご主人様、シャンプーはこれがいいってしぐれちゃんが言ってましたよ。これ、毛並みがサラサラになるし、すごく甘くていい匂いがする。
But that's stuff for you two to use. I don't need it, so put it down and come over here.
ご主人様、ひどいぶった切りようです。
Get over it.
よしよし、ショコラ泣かないの。ご主人はひどい人だね。
Don't just say that and then nonchalantly toss that in the basket.
ガイドが硬い。
Almost like I have eyes or something. I had to be on guard or they would sneak something in when I wasn't paying attention. They even tried to grab another basket for themselves at the supermarket earlier. It was apparent to me how dreadful an idea it was when they decided to come along.
ごめんなさい、ご主人様。久しぶりのご主人様とのお買い物でテンション上がっちゃって。猫は素直だから仕方ないね。ご主人も素直になればいいのに。さ。
It has nothing to do with being honest, I'm telling you. Don't just put the shampoo in the basket like that. Put it back.
ご承です。お願いします、ご主人様。何とぞショコラたちのシャンプーを買ってください。シャンプーのない家に帰るのは悲しい。猫的に油髪は気持ち悪い。あの猫ちゃんたち、シャンプーもろくに買ってもらえないのかしら。かわいそうに。猫虐待で通報した方がいいんじゃないのかしら、あれ。
Not cool. Don't put on some act to confuse the customers around us. Seriously. No one just moved here. But suddenly we already had disapproving glares directed at us. Yeah, because you're trying to get me arrested for cat girl abuse. Fun for you, not fun for me.
私たちのものは何も買ってくれなかったけど、ご主人ってチー。
I'm not a cheapskate. Actually, in reality, I am quite the cheapskate. Besides, I nearly got reported. After that, it was the same sort of exchange at the supermarket. The whole thing was so awkward that I don't think I can visit that shopping district for a while. Well, I guess you could say that was the cute side of cat girls.
あっちからすごくいい匂いがする。本当だ。すごく香ばしくていい匂いがします、ご主人様。
It definitely does. What is this smell? Turn towards the source of it.
いらっしゃいませ。美味しい出来たてのたこ焼き、いかがですか？熱々で、かつお節たっぷりのたこ焼き、いかがですか？ ほんとだ。小さい子猫ちゃん。かわいい。
There was a cat girl younger than Chocolate and Vanilla. She waved her tiny hands as she politely drew customers in. The young cat girl noticed us and ran over.
猫のお姉ちゃんだ。私と一緒だね。にゃんにゃん。一緒だね。にゃんにゃん。喉ゴロゴロしてあげちゃう。ゴロゴロ。子猫は無邪気で超かわいい。半端ない。私はなでなでしてあげちゃう。なでなで。
すみません、うちの猫が。あの猫ちゃんたちの飼い主さん？
The owner of the food stand greeted us. Yes, I am. Now, well, to be more exact, my little sister is their owner.
すごく可愛くてお利口な猫ちゃんたちだね。愛想もいいし、言葉もしっかりしてるし。
Yeah, until they try and get me arrested for cat girl abuse because I wouldn't buy them some fucking shampoo.
うちのはまだ7ヶ月なんだけどね。もうちょっとしたらあんな風にちゃんとしてくれるのかな。
The food stand owner had a wry smile on her face, like she was talking to a mischievous child of hers. At a glance, it was understandable that seeing how cute a young cat girl was made it easier to overlook things. That's kind of awkward wording. My little sister is actually quite the teacher. Back then, they were really noisy, but it was all worth it.
しぐれちゃんがちゃんとお勉強を教えてくれたんです。いい子になれるようにって。しぐれ厳しい。でもおかげさまでいろいろと覚えた。
そうなんだ。いいご主人様なのね。
あ、でもご主人様はご主人様なんです。しぐれちゃんはしぐれちゃんですから。ね、ご主人様。通訳すると、しぐれは大事な友達。ご主人って呼ぶのは、こっちのご主人だけってことで。
愛されてるんだね、ご主人様は。
Well, I'm grateful. She slightly nudged me with her elbow. I responded with an embarrassed, forced smile. Hearing this kind of stuff in public sure was embarrassing.
子猫ちゃん、ちょっと上向いてごらん。こう？好きより。ゴロゴロゴロ、ゴロゴロゴロ。
The three of them were getting along very well. I swear I can read. Tongue-tied there. The food stand owner looked fondly at them from nearby.
うちの子ももともと野良だったんだよね。今日みたいにたこ焼き売ってたらお腹空かせて寄ってきてさ、そのまま拾って今じゃ自分の娘みたいなもんになってさ、店まで手伝ってくれるようになってね。人型猫が流行したこともあったけど、普通の猫の何倍も飼うのが大変だからね。
Her words seemed tinged with blame and worry. She grumbled, letting out a sigh. Not that long ago, it wasn't rare to see stray humanoid cats just wandering through the town. But now, it was more likely for one to see humanoid cats that were well loved by their owners. Since the amount of unfortunate human cats had decreased, there was more of a balance, and owners were quite elated.
ほんと、責任感のない連中ばっかりで嫌気もさすけど。でも、そいつらのおかげで可愛い娘に会えたのかなって思うと、なんとも言えないけどね。
There was a bright and honest laugh. I nodded in agreement. That is true. This must be like how pets find their way back to their owners. I smiled at such an uncharacteristic thought from me.
あ、そうだった。お姉ちゃんたち、たこ焼きはいかがですか？熱々で、おっきいタコが入ってて、すっごく美味しいですよ。すっごく美味しいたこ焼き。でも、これから帰ってご飯だから。ご主人が作ってくれるから。
Chocolate and Vanilla's shoulders dropped down heartily. As I looked downcast, I stood behind them and rubbed their heads. I took a little look at the little takoyaki seller. Okay, 3 orders of takoyaki. Can you do that for me?
たこ焼き3つ？
Her large eyes blinked as she tilted her head in confusion. Yeah, for me, chocolate and vanilla. Could you do that for me?
はい、たこ焼き3つですね。ご主人様、オーダーです。たこ焼き3つ。ご主人様。
It's going to take time to get home and make food after all. Besides, I want to try the takoyaki here too.
はい、ショコラももうお腹が切なくグーグー泣いてました。すごく嬉しいです。ご主人かっこいい。しぐれがいつもツンデレ実景は良いものですと言ってるだけのことある。
Hey, I ain't no tsundere, what the hell? Wait, what does that mean? Yeah, exactly.
はいはい。じゃあこっちにあるメニュー、好きなトッピングと味選んでね。うちの猫が遊んでもらった分サービスさせてもらっちゃうよ。
わーい、ありがとうございます。ショコラはマヨネーズかかってるのが好きです。ありがたくいただきます。ペコリ。
My question was completely ignored. Well, I guess you shouldn't let it bother me, huh? I wonder about that as I looked at chocolate and vanilla, happily awaiting their takoyaki in front of the food stand.
Nekopara?
Still can't get a hold of her. Is there a guest over today? When I checked the clock, it was past 10 o'clock already. Since then, I'd tried calling Shigure several times, but couldn't get through to her. And just like that, it had already gotten this late. I've never gone this long without hearing from Shigure. I really don't understand my family's schedule at all.
ご主人様、ご主人様。久しぶりに一緒にお風呂入りましょう。お背中流してあげますから。私たちの発育が良くなってからお風呂入れてくれなくなった。ご主人のエロ。
How does that make me a pervert for not bathing with them? I would think that would make me a mature, respectable person. Pet girls make no sense. Also, please be the censored version. I would think being off Steam it would be, or off the PS Store it would be, but, you know, knowing my luck, you haven't even grown that much. What are you two talking about?
にゃんにゃんにゃん、にゃんですか？ショコラとバニラはもう立派なレディー猫だってしぐれちゃんが言ってましたし。その発言がセクハラ。猫の尊厳を踏みにじってる。それ
You
に
say so.
ショコラは今ぐらいがアイデンティティ。
Vanilla, you're the one changing the subject. In any case, don't worry about the bath. You two need to get ready to go home.
にゃ？帰る支度？ショコラの家はご主人様のお家ですけども？ショコラの隣が私の居場所だし。あとご主人かっこいい。なんか妙に男前に見えてきた。
Alright, keep it in the pants, Vanilla. Stop feigning ignorance, you two. Cut that out. The two of them looked my way, about to distract me again. Since Shigure isn't picking up, I'll take you two home myself. So go get ready to leave. Chocolate and Vanilla turned away from me and had downtrodden looks on their face. Returning home on the same day I'd moved out seemed to be such a stupid idea that I did hesitate a bit. There was no other way, nor was there time for excuses. I looked towards Chocolate and Vanilla as they hung their heads in silence and continued on. Listen up, you two. I'm going to open my bakery, and there's no telling what will happen. I've got no one to rely on, and so I don't know how things will turn out. With all that's going on, I don't know if I can take care of you two. You get it? I mean, it's already going to be difficult enough just looking after myself.
です。
It was a quiet voice I could barely hear. Chocolate said something with her head down. What'd you say? I came closer and asked her to repeat herself.
ショコラ
Wait, hey, Chocolate.
私もダットのごとく、いや、脱猫のごとく離脱。
Wait, stop! Vanilla, why are you running away too?
ほらほら、ご主人様、こっちですよ。ショコラはこちらにございます。
It's dangerous, so stop running around. If you fall, you'll get hurt.
猫にそんな心配はご不要。人型でも猫は猫。さささ。
Maybe so in Chocolate's case, but aren't you bad with physical activity? Come on, I've got you now, Chocolate.
いやー、ご主人様のエッチ、どこ触ってるんですか？ご主人、ショコラの胸もろ触ってる。もうわしづかみ。
I am not. It's because you two are running around.
いやー、隙ありです。
Hey, stop it! You're still gonna run?
こちょこちょこちょこちょこちょ
Oh, I didn't realize that was something I was supposed to read. What? Chocolate, stop! Really, stop! Yeah! Chocolate, what?
ナイスアシスト、ショコラ。ささ。
Like I said, stop running! The two of them didn't listen to a word I said as they continued to mess with me. And that was how the first night went. For now, I'll let you stay, but only for tonight. I don't have guest beds or futons, okay? Well, you've got a nice couch like right there. While all that was happening, 11 o'clock became midnight. Even though I took them home, everyone was sure to be asleep by now. The one glimmer of hope I had, that Shigure would call me back, didn't happen. So, I decided that taking them home tomorrow was my first priority.
もちろんご主人様のベッドで寝ます。私もご主人のベッドで我慢する。
Cleverly, they had even brought pajamas. Just how much planning went into their schemes anyway? Really? If you two sleep there, where will I sleep?
一緒に寝てくれないんですか？この期に及んで。ご主人は人の男子なのに往生際が悪い。順番はご主人、ショコラ、私でいい。にゃはー、ご主人様とバニラに囲まれて幸せにゃー。
Don't get ahead of yourself, you two. A single bed for 3 people is too crowded.
じゃあ押しかけたのはショコラたちですし、ここでいいですよ。猫らしく丸まって寝ますし。贅沢は言わない私たち、超けなげ。猫の鏡。
I watched the two of them lie down and curl up, on the floor of an empty room without even curtains. That's way too pitiful of a sight to be called praiseworthy.
お引っ越ししたばかりで段ボールたくさんありますよね。お家作ったらあったかいって聞いたし、なんとかなる気がする。
That's something only strange people would say. Where did these cat girls get this information from anyway? Well, they've probably read a lot of books and watched TV in Shigure's room. Chocolate isn't good with kanji characters, so she only reads picture books, though. Whatever. You two go sleep in my bed. Still gets pretty cold at night in April, after all.
そしたらご主人様はどうするんですか？ショコラの隣？
I'm gonna sleep on the sofa in the living room. Sofa can fit one person, and there's air conditioning there if I need it.
ダメですよ。それならショコラがソファーで寝ますから。ご主人様はバニラと一緒にお布団で寝てください。私こそソファーのが落ち着く。ショコラとご主人でベッド使えばいい。
They moved quickly towards me like lions catching their prey. I placed my hands on their heads and spoke in a clear and stern voice. Listen up. I will sleep on the sofa, and you two will sleep in my bed. Those are your master's orders. Understood?
ご主人。
I deliberately said it that way. The two of them looked as if they wanted to say something, but they hesitated. They lowered their heads apologetically.
ごめんなさい。ご主人様。ごめんなさい。ご主人。
They mustered that out, and they looked like they were on the verge of tears. Their obedience had the exact opposite of the effect I expected. It filled me with guilt. I felt a prickling sensation in my heart. That pain left me as I sighed and rubbed the two of them on the head. Come on, get going.
はい。
Good night. If anything happens, call for me right away.
はい。おやすみなさい。ご主人様。おやすみ、ご主人。
I gently rubbed the heads of the two dispirited cat girls once more. See you in the morning. That said, I turned the lights off in the room.
ご主人様、本当にごめんなさい。迷惑をかけてしまって。
Her vanishing voice echoed slightly in the darkened room. The pain in my heart from before became even sharper. I swallowed that pain and replied cheerfully. It's okay if it's just for one night. Don't worry about it.
ご主人様。
Now then, go to sleep. I really shouldn't act on my emotions, huh? I laid down on the sofa. I sighed while staring at the ceiling. If I gave in to my emotions, the result would just lead to more sadness. What are you, a fucking Vulcan? If I used kind or hopeful words, they would all end up as lies. It's pretty uncool of me to be so passive like this. While I continued to pile on insults and make excuses for my actions, I closed my eyes and waited for sleep to take over.
Nekopara. その件に関しては、ショコラとバニラの意思を尊重したいと思います。ショコラとバニラがちゃんと納得したら迎えに行きますので。
I finally got a hold of Shigure. Leaving no room for bargaining, I cut to the chase. But Shigure, even if you say that, I don't think chocolate and vanilla
と
will.
ころで兄様、この妹めに今朝の愛のささやきを。
Don't make it sound like it's a daily ritual or something. In any
す
case,
みません。お父様から呼ばれましたので失礼いたします。愛してますわ、兄様。ではまた。
wait, Shigure! Seriously? As the ruthless electronic buzz of the dropped call echoed, I stared at my cell phone. And here I thought I could sort all this out if I could just talk to Shigure.
朝ごはんおいしいですね。ご主人様のご飯はいつでもおいしいですにゃ。ショコラ、ほっぺにケチャップついてる。芸術的に可愛い。舐めてあげちゃう。ペロペロ。
More eerie vibes. The cat girls in question were happily stuffing themselves with sandwiches. These sandwiches incidentally contained tomato, cheese, and lettuce, with an over-easy fried egg tucked inside all of that. It was a simple meal. Breakfast was pretty much like this. You two are definitely going home today, okay?
ご主人様はショコラたちといるの楽しくないですか？ショコラは楽しいですよ。もうそれは今世紀最大級に。昨晩はご主人だって結構お楽しみだったくせに。
Stop with the deliberately misleading words. Aside their happy-go-lucky mindset, I took the opportunity to fill their empty glasses with milk. The eating habits of cat girls were pretty much the same as those of humans, so that part was straightforward. Of course, what they liked and disliked depended on each individual cat girl. In the end, I wasn't able to get everything put away yesterday. Today, I really do have to start getting ready for the bakery's opening, too. That's why I don't have time to relax and play with you two. Be good girls and go home. I said that to them with a sandwich in my hand.
ここにショコ コラがいたら、ご主人様は迷惑ですか?
She put her sandwich down on her plate, and just like yesterday, she looked at me with upturned eyes. Yeah, it's a problem. I answered her clearly.
そうですか。そうですよね。
Her shoulders dropped more than before. Ears, which sat atop her head, drooped downheartedly, too.
ショコラ。
Unable to make fun of anything, Vanilla could only look on with concern. The pain from last night pricked at my heart again. I tilted the already cooled coffee cup. Man, that coffee cools quick. As my emotions dulled, unimpeded by my judgment.
それでも、ショコラは、ご主人様のところにいたいです。
Her usually always perky ears were drooping. Chocolate was speaking clearly under her own volition.
ショコラがいるなら、私もここにいる。私もここにいたいと思う。
Vanilla's usually blank expression didn't change. However, she showed me her strong determination. I don't remember Chocolate or Vanilla ever being this disobedient. That thought stayed at the back of my mind. But if I was going to be swayed by that, then I wouldn't have said this. Look, I need you two to understand. Hmm?
ご注文ありがとうございます。ロイヤルウッドです。ご注文いただきましたティーセットの配達にお伺いしました。ではこちらお店の中に運んじゃいますね。こちらの段ボールで全部ですね。では間違いなければ受領書にサインをいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
She smiled brightly and brought out the invoice along with a pen. Okay, let's see. I looked over the sales invoice I received once more. Somehow this doesn't look like what I ordered.
本当ですか？それは品物が違うということでしょうか？
No, the stuff I ordered is in here, but I looked over at the pile of boxes inside the bakery. Inside of my tiny bakery was a mountain of boxes. A mountain. It was as if the inside of the bakery had become completely made of boxes. As you can see, we don't need this much tableware inside the bakery.
すみません。すぐ本社に確認しますので、少々お待ちいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。大変申し訳ございません。こちらのミスで別の注文書と混じってしまっていたようでして、水月様の方もすぐにご入り用と思いますので、もしよろしければご注文分の食器を受け取っていただければと思うのですが。
Accept my portion? Huh? Out of all this? The mountain of cardboard boxes towered over everything. I was at a loss for words. Every box was of equal size. I wouldn't know what was inside each of them without opening them up. On top of that, looking at the sales invoice, I could see that they all contain expensive tea sets and tableware. And if I wasn't careful handling this stuff, it wasn't going to be a real big problem. That doesn't make sense. Mistranslation. There's still things I need doing in advance of my bakery's opening, so I don't mind accepting these. But it's going to take a while to separate all this.
もちろん、私もお手伝いさせていただきますので、私も次の配達に行かないといけないですし。
Look, you don't need to put all this pressure on me. From the looks of it, it would take 2 hours or more. But to have it redelivered would take double the effort, too. Hmm? That's right, I have a lifeline!
にゃですか？
猫ちゃんたち、本当に助かりました。ありがとうございます。本当にありがとうございます。では、私はこれで失礼させていただきますね。
I'm exhausted. I glanced at the tableware we had finished organizing, lowered myself into a chair, and relaxed my shoulders.
ご主人様、冷たいお茶です。どうぞ。
Thanks, Chocula. Don't mind if I do. I downed the cold tea in one gulp. Somehow or another, the light meal tableware had arrived. Soon, I really had to get the bakery ready for its opening. I did say I needed any help I could find, and I really did need help this time. Hmm?
じー、褒めて褒めて褒めて褒めて。
I could sense the praise me aura coming from Chocula. She had a wide smile on her face and was in a ready stance to receive my approval. Thanks. I couldn't have done it without you two.
わーい、ご主人様に褒めてもらっちゃったよ、バニラ。わーい、ひょっほー。うんうん。柱の陰から見守ってた甲斐があったね。よしよし。ショコラ、ご主人様のお役に立てましたね。ね。
That's what I just said.
やっぱりご主人様一人じゃお仕事大変だと思うんです。ね、ねえ。
Just trying to say something here?
うんうん。猫の手でも存分に役に立つ。私たちがいなかったら、まだ仕分け続行中だと思う。
What are you trying to imply? I just can't possibly imagine. Hey, you two are getting a bit too close. They leaned forward towards me for emphasis. It is true that without you two around, this would have been a real problem. But that's a different issue than the one from before. You two have to go back home. Besides, it's not like I could ask you two to work for me or anything, okay?
そうですか。やっぱりダメですか。
Her shoulders drooped along with her ears and tail. The enthusiasm she showed earlier had completely disappeared. She sighed deeply and looked disheartened.
お掃除でもしてきます。せっかくですし。
She trudged up to the second floor, still dejected. Chocula isn't an idiot. I knew she was pushing herself to be bright and full of energy. But even so, this wasn't something I was going to easily change my mind about. For how much she cared about me, it was all the more reason to stay the course.
ご主人、私たちがいたらそんなに迷惑？悪い子？
She spoke quietly in her usual way. Vanilla tilted her head as she asked that question. You two aren't bad cat girls, and that's why I can't have you stay here.
悪い子じゃないのにダメなの？
It's because you two are good cat girls that I can't allow it. She blinked as she took in my words. It was almost as if she was trying to peer inside my heart. She quietly stared directly at me.
人って難しい。猫にはそういうのはわからない。好きならそばにいたい。少なくとも私はそう思うけど。
Vanilla.
ショコラのところ行ってくる。
With those words, she went upstairs. The sound of her small footsteps slowly disappeared, and before long I couldn't hear them anymore. Humans are hard to understand, huh? Inside the bakery, now devoid of anyone but myself, I repeated those words she had just said to me. Now that I think of it, that's a pretty inconsistent way of thinking, isn't it? Cat girls don't understand that. Having heard that said aloud, I began to understand what it really meant. Must be pretty nice to live the simple life of a cat girl, huh? In the sudden quietness of the bakery, I closed my eyes, and shook off the bitter smile on my face as I began to clean up the tea sets that had arrived earlier.
Nekopara? あれ？今日はあのたこ焼き屋がいない。
Just like yesterday, we took a walk through the park in the evening. However, that food stand was nowhere to be found. It just so happened that no one was home on the day I decided to take the two cat girls home. I had also happened to leave the house key behind. So, to make good use of time, I went to do some shopping before Shire got home.
ごめんバ ニラ。なんだっけ、また旅だっけ。だいたいそんな感じ。
Uh-oh. That isn't the right word at all. Chocolate, if you're tired, why don't we rest a bit?
ああ、はい、少しだけ。でも大丈夫ですから。心配かけてごめんなさい、ご主人様。
There's no need for you to apologize. She had a tripled smile on her face as she nodded. It was pretty clear why she wasn't in good spirits. And that's why there was nothing I could really say to her. Well, there happens to be a bench over there, so why don't we rest a bit?
じゃあ私、何か飲み物買ってくる。
Yeah, thanks. Something for everyone, okay?
了解、任された。
I handed Vanilla some change and offered the bench to Chocolate. The constant sea breeze rustled the trees in the park. All that could be heard throughout the empty park were the quiet sounds of nature. I silently sat down next to the disheartened Chocolate. Like the gently setting sun, time passed by slowly.
ショコラ、帰ります。
Her voice was so quiet that I wasn't quite sure if I had heard her or not. Even so, she answered clearly. Without saying a word, I responded by gently rubbing Chocolate's head.
たまには、ご主人様に電話してもいいですか？
Yeah.
また、ご主人様のところに遊びに来てもいいですか？
Yeah.
ご主人様は、ショコラたちのこと、ちゃんと毎日思い出してくれますか？ショコラは、離れてても、ご主人様って、呼んでても、いいですか？
Her voice trembled as she frantically wiped away her tears. She stifled her sobbing and her voice became strained. She looked pained as she did her best to hold back her emotions, biting her lips. I held back my irresponsible words that were on the brink of coming out with all my strength. Yeah, of course I will.
ご主人様、ごめんなさい。ご主人様。
I was frustrated at myself for saying nothing. I felt empty. I could only offer condolences that could not be put into words. I rubbed Chocolate's head as gently as I could.
やっぱりご主人様は優しいですね。
I don't really think I'm kind at all.
ご主人様、前も同じこと言ってましたから。
Before? Chocolate closed her eyes and smiled.
覚えてますか？ショコラとバニラを、ご主人様としぐれちゃんが、
Of course I remember that. It was a cold day half a year ago. Chocolate and Vanilla were huddled together, crying by the side of the road. They were still so young they couldn't even speak yet. It was that day that I embraced their small, cold bodies and took them home with us. There was no way I could simply forget that important day when our family grew bigger. In the beginning, you two really couldn't get used to things at home.
あの時は、知らないお家で、知らない人と猫ばっかりで、怖くて。
You two wouldn't eat at all, which really worried Shigure.
はい。とっても心配かけちゃいました。
I started to hear a tiny bit of laughter in her voice as we reminisced about the past.
ショコラとバニラが熱を出した時のことも、覚えてますか？
Ah, I definitely do remember that. It was a few days after we brought Chocolate and Vanilla home. At that point, they'd only occasionally drink some water, and as always, they didn't really touch their food. The combination of malnourishment and cold weather had really begun to weaken their bodies. They both developed high fevers and were in
あ
pain.
の時は夜中で、誰にも気づいてもらえなくて、とにかく苦しくて、辛くて、寂しくて、声も出せなくて、手も足も全然動かなくて、 助けて、誰か助けてって思いながら、ただただ泣いてたんです。そしたら、
It's alright. I'm with you too, so don't worry.
ご主人様が大きくてあったかい手で撫でてくれたんですよね。ずっとそばで大丈夫大丈夫って言い続けてくれて、ショコラとバニラのこと撫で続けてくれてました。朝になって病院に行くまでずっとそばにいてくれて、不安で心細かったのが全部嘘だったみたいに。あの時も同じこと言ってました。俺は別に優しくなんかないって。でもショコラたちはご主人様が助けてくれなかったらここにいなかったです。あの時ご主人様がそばにいてくれなかったら誰も信じられないままでした。ご主人様のおかげでご飯も食べれるようになりました。しぐれちゃんともみんなとも仲良くなれました。だからあの時からショコラのご主人様はご主人様になったんです。ショコラはそれからずっと優しいご主人様のことが大好きなんですよ。
I wish that her tear-filled eyes would not spill over. Those tears were filled with anxiety, sadness, and happiness. She smiled all she could before me.
だから、ショコラはご主人様がいなくなっちゃうって聞いて、いても立ってもいられなくて、どうしても一緒に行きたくて、しぐれちゃんにお願いをしたんです。
She said that with the faintest of smiles, one that seemed as if it would disappear at any moment. Those words were so gentle and warm, but there was also an undeniable sadness and emptiness mixed in with them. Chocolate. I was the one who was saying all this too. Even so, the only thing I could say back to her was her name.
お金のこととか難しいことはやっぱり猫にはわからないです。でもやっぱりショコラはご主人様のそばにいたいんです。ご主人様が辛くて大変そうなのなんとなくわかります。本当になんとなくですけど、お掃除でもお洗濯でもお料理でもショコラがお手伝いできることは何でもしますから。今すぐにはできなくても絶対にちゃんとできるようになりますから。だからもう一度だけお願いしちゃダメでしょうか。ショコラはご主人様と一緒に。
Chocolate voiced her feelings clearly once again, and barely kept her tears from overflowing. Of course, Chocolate, if you could be with me. I was engulfed by my inner thoughts, which were ready to overflow. She yearned for me so earnestly. For her to so innocently believe in me, there should be no reason for me to be against it. That day, Chocolate and Vanilla became an important part of my family. As long as they were with me, the days would be bright and enjoyable. I was simply selfish for just leaving home like that. I didn't want to get my dear family wrapped up in my selfishness, or have them experience any unnecessary hardship because of me. You two are important to me after all.
私たちは猫だから自分に素直なだけ。
My inner conflict was disrupted by Vanilla. Vanilla had returned at some point. She looked straight at me as she sat by Chocolate.
私なら楽しいことならショコラと一緒がいい。たとえ辛いことでもショコラと一緒にいたいと思う。だって一緒にいれないことの方が寂しくて辛いから。
Vanilla.
本当に好きなら迷惑かけたって一緒にいたい。私たちが幸せかどうかなんていくらご主人でも 決めつけるのは違うと思うよ。それに、大事な人が大変なら、なおさらそばにいたい。何ができるかはわからないけど、でも、辛い時にそばで励ますことくらい、できるよ。
Her smile was gentle like the setting sun. It was a warm and soft smile. These uncharacteristic words from Vanilla deeply penetrated and seeped into my heart.
だからきっとしぐれも、私たちがご主人のところについていくのを許してくれた。しぐれはご主人と一緒に行くことはできないから、代わりにお願いって。だから、ご主人が本当にショコラのことを思うなら。
There was not even the faintest bit of hesitation. They were such honest and absolutely straightforward words. Who am I to dictate Chocolate and Vanilla's happiness? There were no other thoughts in my mind, except for those words that continued to strongly resonate in me.
たとえ何不自由のない暮らしでも、ご主人様がいないのは嫌なんです。いくら大変でも、ショコラはご主人様と一緒にいたいんです。だからお願いします。ご主人様のそばにさせてください。ここが、ショコラがいたい場所なんです。
She smiled with tears in her eyes. It was a bright and honest smile. They were nothing but absolutely pure, genuine words. Humans really are at a loss for words when it comes to cat girls, huh? Saying no to their words was not something I could bring myself to do.
ご主人様、それって。
It won't be like it was back at home. You can't just live here however you like. Got it?
はい、大丈夫です。ご主人様がいるだけで、ショコラは幸せですから。やれやれ、ついにご主人陥落。いやよいやよも好きのうち、だね。
The dreary moment seemed to be blown away by her dazzling smile. Despite all this talk about family, perhaps I was the one that didn't really believe in it. Thinking about all this from their perspective, it was very simple. And here I thought they were acting immaturely. Perhaps cat girls were more human than humans were when it came to honesty. From here on out, we need to do our best all together.
はい、毎晩大トロじゃなくて大丈夫です。たまにでいいです。お肉も A4 でいい。松阪牛なら脂身最高。
Why does A4 grade still sound like tenderloin? Is that what you all have been eating at home? Even if the road ahead of us is uncertain, I lovingly rubbed their heads, disheveling their hair. Alright, why don't we head back to the shopping district then?
なんでですか？お買い物はもう終わったんですよね。
We have to go buy that shampoo you like, don't we?
おー、ご主人かっこいい。
The kind that you almost got me arrested for cat girl abuse because I wouldn't buy it
つ
for
い
you?
でに松阪牛も買おう。
Well, today is a celebration, so why not?
お祝いパーティーですね。ご主人太っ腹。さすがは私たちのご主人。
Just for today, okay? This was the beginning of a bright new life. And together with the happy and high-spirited Chocolate and Vanilla, we took the first steps towards it. Well, I think that's a pretty good place to end it for tonight, because it's like 1 in the morning for me. So that's both kind of the ending for tonight's stream, but the true start of Volume 1. So kind of an irony there. So hopefully everyone who decides to watch this video after I upload it enjoys it. I definitely know that the Volume 1 of Nekopara was a very, very adorable and good visual novel. As I stated when I first started the stream here, I have not played the second or third volume, so I don't know what happens in those. So I'm looking forward to playing those as well. Yeah, I will be streaming those. I don't really have a set schedule when I will be streaming those, but I hopefully will not be too widespread in it. But yeah, look forward to it. But until then, I hope you all keep enjoying anime and anime for life.